Hey, welcome back to the Country Sparkles channel. Today we're just going to do a quick video on how to smoke cheese. I've been loving using our smoker. We'll link to that video that we put together before, talking about putting that together. It's been working great. Smoke lots of things on there. But today we're going to just dive right in. I've got a block here. I guess this is a 2-pound block of cheese. And we are going to smoke it, talk about how we need to store it to age it, and we'll definitely follow up with a video on how delicious it is once it's all processed. So, real quick, just to cover the overview of the process, pretty simple. We're going to take this cheese, we're going to cut it into about 1-inch thick slabs. We are going to cold smoke it on our smoker. So after we get this cheese ready, we'll pivot outside, show you how we cold smoke. And then we will put this on the smoker, let it smoke for a couple hours. Then we're going to wrap it up. And then we're actually going to stick it back in the fridge for about a month to let that good smoky flavor permeate through the whole blocks of cheese that we're going to make here. So let's get started. Couple ways. We slice our cheese a couple different ways. Let me get this opened up and I will walk you through. Aren't these things the hardest thing in the world to open? A block of cheese, you wouldn't think. But, here we go. Okay. This is just a beautiful block of cheese. I love the smell of cheese. So, again, we're gonna cut these about 1 inch thick. So, I mean, certainly, cutting board and a knife here works just fine. Maybe a little tough to cut. You know, these are good size blocks. But there we have it, about 1 inch thick. You definitely don't want it to be too thick or the smoke flavor won't get all the way through. The other tool that I love to use is this marble cheese cutter. So it's just got a little really thin, kind of like a piano wire that slices through the cheese just like slicing butter with a hot knife. And I love that I can get nice straight cuts out of it. That's always a challenge cutting cheese. But this is great, just cuts right through. Again, good little slice of cheese there. Another one, we'll see how many we get here out of this block. Just get these all blocked up real quick. I'm thinking we're gonna get 8. Sure enough. So there are 8 blocks of cheese. Nothing fancy to them. Just 8 good blocks of cheese. So let's pivot outside. We'll talk about how we cold smoke. We have a special little cold smoke tube that we use. One thing to note when smoking cheese, you don't want to do it when it's hot outside. It is the middle of winter here, so we do not have any heat concerns. But even cold smoking cheese on a hot day in the summer could definitely melt the cheese and end up with a big gooey mess in your smoker. So if you are smoking cheese in the summertime, recommend that you do it either early in the morning or late at night to avoid that challenge. So anyway, let's go outside. We'll talk about cold smoking. Get this on the smoker. Okay, we have moved outside. I'm not sure if you can catch it in the video, but it is lightly snowing. So again, we're not going to have any problem with melting our cheese today. But we're super excited. So first I want to talk about this smoke tube. This is a cold smoke tube. They probably have different names. We picked this one up on Amazon. It is super basic, nothing fancy to it. It is literally a tube. I've seen these ones that are more octagon, there are square. I don't think the shape really matters. But it just has a whole bunch of little holes in here that are going to allow air to get into the pellets and let the smoke come out and do its smoky goodness. I have this filled up today with just apple pellets. From applewood pellets. You don't want anything too strong for cheese. Cheese already has a really great flavor. We just want to add to that, not overpower it. So what we're going to do, this smoke tube, I'm just going to, the way I do it is I just leave it right in there, just on the side, and then on this other half of the grill, I'm going to put all my blocks of cheese. So let's get those set on there. We'll get our cheeses out here. Don't they look so delicious? I'm so excited. And a couple more here. Okay, so we've got all of our cheese on there. Now what we need to do is we need to light this smoke tube. And that was the thing that I was always the most nervous about before using it, as I was like, how am I going to know that it's going to stay going? Is it going to go out? Do I have it lit enough? What I like to use, I just have a little propane torch here. Works great for lighting pellets. It makes it nice and easy. So I'm just going to fire this up. Let's get these pellets lit. We're going to let this go. I usually will get them, good flame going, maybe 20-30 seconds is usually sufficient. You'll start to see some good flame coming out of this. The pellets will start to glow. And how I kind of know that they're going to stay lit is that glow will stay going for, a little bit after I stop here. So if you see here, you can see the flames are going. Those flames will die down really quick because pellets don't really burn without like an air source blowing in up on them. But again, here in just a minute, we will close this down. You can already see there's a lot of good smoke coming off of this. Really excited, really good scent. So give these a quick little look. But yeah, they look great. So now we're going to let this go. We're going to close this lid up, and we're going to let these smoke for about 2 hours. That's what I've found works really great for me here. And then in 2 hours, we'll jump back on here. We'll pull these off. We'll wrap them up, and we'll show you how all that works. Okay, we are back outside. It has been a little over 2 hours for this cheese to smoke and become delicious. You can continue to see the smoke rolling off the smoker here. Again, all from just that little cold smoke tube. So nothing magical, but it's going to be delicious. Let's take a look inside. And there we go. Look at that smoke roll. Okay, so our cheese looks great. A little bit darker from the smoke. That smoke tube over here, it looks like it's only about halfway burned out, so I would guess I could probably go about 4 hours on a cold smoke with just this tube, but we only needed about 2 hours for the cheese today. So let's get this cheese off of the smoker. We'll let it set for just a minute to kind of rest, and then we're going to go inside and we'll package it up and show you how we're going to wrap that up, how we're going to store it, and then we're going to enjoy it in about 4 weeks. So let's get this cheese and pull it off. And again, this is not warm. It's not that piece right there that was closest to the smoke tube. Maybe just a little bit warm, but really nothing hot. No risk of melting our cheese here today. And there you have it. Some smoked cheese. We'll let this rest and we'll get it packaged up. Okay, we've brought our cheese inside. We've let it rest for a few minutes. Let's get it cleaned up, prepared for wrapping, and so we can store it in our fridge and let all of that smoky flavor move throughout the cheese. Right, most of it's going to be right on the outside. A little bit right now. We want that flavor to get all the way through the middle. So today was really chilly when we smoked this cheese. But certainly in a little bit warmer weather, you might notice that your cheese sweats a little bit. And so in order to clean that up, just get a nice, I just use a paper towel, and I will take that cheese and I will just kind of dab off any bits of, cheese oil or sweat on there. But you can see, we got a little bit of grill mark on some of this cheese. It looks really good. But the flavor, it will smell so strong. It smells literally like a campfire right now, and obviously I don't want to eat ashes from a campfire or that strong of a smoky smell. If that's your thing, all for it, right? Dive right in. Not for me. So we've cleaned this cheese off. We're going to wrap each of these pieces individually. We probably could wrap it all together, but I want to wrap them individually so that we can eat them more individually. A couple ways you can do this. I'm just going to use a plastic wrap today. Certainly have seen others who've used the vacuum sealing bags, things like that work great as well, right, to preserve the freshness. That would probably keep your cheese better longer, but we all know that smoked cheese is not going to last very long in our house, so our plastic wrap's going to be just fine. I will say I love using the plastic wrap things that have the nice little cutter here on the side. Makes it so much easier. So pull out a piece of my plastic wrap here, grab a block of my cheese, and we're just going to kind of wrap this up, and we want it to really get a couple good layers around it. So I'm just going to fold it over, and I'm going to roll it along here, making sure that it's nice and tight. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we get that all, and then we're going to fold these in on it. And there we have it. That is one block of smoked cheese. We're going to put this in the fridge to obviously keep it good and keep it there. We're going to put it in for about 4 weeks. That has been enough time for us to get all that flavor again pulled into the cheese, mellow out that really smoky campfire smell on the outside, and just make it delicious. Personally, I like to just use just a plastic bag that I can zip shut. I'll usually write the date or something on here so that I know when it's been sufficient time for this cheese to mellow out, and then we will enjoy it. So we'll get the rest of these wrapped up. We'll get these put in the fridge, and we will give you an update in 4 weeks and let you know how delicious this cheese is. In the meantime, appreciate you joining us today. Talk about smoking cheese. Hope you've enjoyed it, learned a little bit. Let us know if you smoke cheese, how you do it. And certainly if you've enjoyed this content, appreciate giving a like and subscribing to our channel so that we can keep producing great content for you. Thank you. Have a great day.